college grads, people out of work, others who just want to make a change. With so many people looking for jobs, it's harder than ever to keep your own career fresh, updated, and exciting. Marty Stanley is the president of Dynamic Dialog. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Now, you say that people need to focus on the 3 R's. Those are reinvent, re-energize, and revitalize. Why is that so important?
Well, so many things have changed, particularly in the last 4 years. If you're doing your job the same way you did 4 years ago, then you're probably going to be out of business.
Sorry, so long.
Yeah, goodbye.
We don't want that. How do we prevent that?
So you got to keep your skills updated. Not only your skills updated, but do you look like 2012? Are you looking like you did back in the 1990s, totally last century?
Is that an updated resume?
Updated resume, and even physically, how do you look? If you're in the job market, you've got to look contemporary. I don't care how old you are, you've got to look contemporary. You've got to make sure your skills are contemporary.
What does that mean, how you look?
How you look? Well, if you're wearing pocket protectors, if you're wearing, you know, a little polyester, those kind of things aren't going to work. You've got, and plus your hair. Does your hair look like, you know, 21st century, or are you back in the 80s and 90s? So look at how, when you look in the mirror, does it look like somebody who's contemporary, up to date, and ready for the workforce today, not from last century?
Maybe ask a friend that's really honest with you.
Yes.
Say, how do I look when you're going out for that job interview?
Exactly.
And say, is this working for me?
Right.
And not the one that's like, oh, you look great, yay.
Yeah, and you've got to look for the job. If you're going for an executive level job, then you've got to dress the part. If you're working in a more high-tech environment, look like you're in that kind of environment.
What about folks that are over 50 that are looking for a job?
Okay,
is it tougher for them now?
Well, you know, the stats say that people who are getting the jobs now are over 50. So I would say don't let your age be a barrier to getting your next job. One of my clients was 63, had his own business for 12 years, so technically out of the traditional workplace, and he was able to get a job as a VP of marketing, which is what he'd done prior to having his own business. So don't let your age be a barrier.
What stops people from trying, putting themselves out there for that great job that fits their needs?
Sure. I think there's a lot of limitations that they impose on themselves. It could be age, it could be maybe their skills, maybe where they live. And I would say it's important to keep your skills updated.
What are some other examples of folks who have reinvented themselves?
Gosh, this is really fun. So one is a woman who I know who was an insurance executive. She always wanted to be a professional clown. And so she became a professional clown, worked with Patch Adams, and now she, at the age of 50, she started marathon running, and she does marathons to raise money for kids in hospitals.
That's inspiring.
It's very inspiring.
And she's probably much happier.
Oh my gosh, yes. Then I have a lawyer friend who I was her executive coach. She was a lawyer and didn't want to be a lawyer anymore. She is now a romance writer and just received an award for one of the top romance novels. So
it's so fun.
It is fun.
You know, so find your passions and try to find a job that fits within those passions, and also you can make a little bit of money, right? So you can survive.
Give it a shot. What
Give
do you
it a shot. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And you'll have fun in the process.
Of course.
Thank you, Marty, for coming on the show. We appreciate it. Some great advice.